Japan attacked America in 1941 because they were afraid of the United States' growing military power in the Pacific. Japan had been expanding its empire in Asia since the early 20th century, and they saw the United States as a major obstacle to their ambitions. The Japanese government believed that if they could cripple the U.S. Pacific Fleet, they would be able to seize control of the Pacific without interference from the United States. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a surprise attack, and it caught the U.S. military completely off guard. The Japanese were able to sink or damage 19 U.S. ships, including 4 battleships, and destroy or damage 188 aircraft. The attack also killed 2,403 Americans, including 68 civilians. The attack on Pearl Harbor outraged the American people, and it led to the United States declaring war on Japan. The United States then entered World War II, and the war in the Pacific became a major focus of the conflict. The United States eventually developed the atomic bomb, and they used it against Japan in August 1945. The atomic bombs killed hundreds of thousands of Japanese civilians, and they forced Japan to surrender. The attack on Pearl Harbor and the use of the atomic bombs were two of the most significant events of World War II. They had a profound impact on the course of the war, and they continue to be remembered today as a reminder of the horrors of war. Here are some of the reasons why Japan attacked America. Japan was afraid of the United States' growing military power in the Pacific. Japan wanted to expand its empire in Asia. Japan believed that if they could cripple the U.S. Pacific Fleet, they would be able to seize control of the Pacific without interference from the United States. Japan was hoping to force the United States to negotiate a peace treaty that would allow Japan to keep its conquests in Asia. The attack on Pearl Harbor was a major turning point in World War II. It led to the United States declaring war on Japan, and it helped to ensure that the Allies would eventually win the war. The attack also had a profound impact on the United States, and it helped to shape the country's foreign policy for decades to come. The United States used nuclear weapons on Japan in August 1945, during the final stages of World War II. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki killed an estimated 129,000 to 226,000 people, most of whom were civilians. There are several reasons why the United States chose to use nuclear weapons on Japan. One reason was to hasten the end of the war. The Japanese government had shown no signs of surrender, and it was estimated that an invasion of Japan would result in millions of casualties on both sides. The atomic bombs were seen as a way to quickly end the war and save lives. Another reason for the bombings was to demonstrate the power of the atomic bomb to the Soviet Union. The United States was concerned about the Soviet Union's growing influence in the world, and the atomic bombings were seen as a way to send a message to the Soviets about the power of the United States. Finally, the bombings were also seen as a way to avenge the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor. The United States was still reeling from the attack, and the atomic bombings were seen as a way to get revenge. The decision to use nuclear weapons on Japan was a controversial one, and it remains so today. Some people believe that the bombings were justified, while others believe that they were a war crime. The bombings had a profound impact on the world, and they continue to be debated today. Here are some additional details about the bombings. The first atomic bomb, Little Boy, was dropped on Hiroshima on August 6, 1945. The bomb exploded with the force of 15 kilotons of TNT, and it killed an estimated 80,000 people instantly. The second atomic bomb, Fat Man, was dropped on Nagasaki on August 9, 1945. The bomb exploded with the force of 21 kilotons of TNT, and it killed an estimated 40,000 people instantly. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki killed an estimated 129,000 to 226,000 people, most of whom were civilians. The bombings also caused widespread destruction. Hiroshima was completely destroyed, and Nagasaki was heavily damaged. The bombings of Hiroshima and Nagasaki had a profound impact on the world. They were the first and only time that nuclear weapons have been used in war. The bombings also led to the development of the nuclear arms race, which continues to this day.